Hello everyone, welcome back. In the last couple of videos we saw how to develop a simple web application using AWS Serverless architecture. In this video I'm going to show you how to work with Cloudwatch events. So it could also be a part of AWS Serverless architecture. So in this video I'll show you how Cloudwatch events work. And I'll try to use the same example that we used to create the web application. So to brush over what we did in our web application is we had this web page that was hosted in static S3 website, and then when we click on fetch list, this internally made an API gateway call which triggered a lambda which got all the image files from S3 and then sent it to UI, and this UI rendered it. Now what we are going to do is we are going to create a CloudWatch event that we are going to schedule it perhaps per day or maybe once in a week, that will scan our S3 bucket and delete all the files that are not image files. So we will see how we will do that. So for that I have already created a lambda, so let me go ahead and show that to you. So if you go to lambdas folder, there is a folder for clean S3 data. So if you go to index.js, you can see the logic that I'm using in this particular lambda. So all it does is it gets the bucket name from the event. We will see how we can add this to the event using CloudWatch event. And if the bucket is null, we straight away send 500 response saying it's the internal error. If we do get the bucket, then we go ahead and query the S3 for all the objects, and once we get that, we iterate over it, and then we basically check whether the file names ends with PNG, JPEG, JPG, or GIF. If that is the case, then it's all good, but if that is not the case, then we are putting it into a new array which is S3 objects keys to delete, and then we are also adding it to delete params that the delete objects API takes. And you can see if the array length is greater than 0, which means you can delete one or more objects from the S3 which are not images, then we call s3.deleteObjects API with the delete parameters argument, right? And once it gets deleted, we just send the response as the keys that were deleted. So we are going to use this example to show how CloudWatch event works, and I've already added a CI/CD part for this lambda. So if you go to CloudFormation template, then you can see there is already an entry for delete from S3 lambda. Most of the things are same. It's just that the name is different and the code is different, but most of the thing that is has, like the configuration details, environment variables, tags, are same as what we saw for the last lambda, right? And the next change that we have is in the node lambdas.sh. You can see there is additional entry for clean S3 data, one to build it and one to package it. So once you have this changes committed, the code pipeline will build and go ahead and deploy it to the AWS environment. So let me go ahead and show that to you. So if you go to the Lambda service, you can see that we should have both our lambdas there. There we go. So you can see clean S3 data and fetch S3 data both are deployed. So now let's see how we can create a CloudWatch event to trigger this lambda. So to do that, go to CloudWatch service, and once you go to that service, you can go to rules and then create one to do what we are desiring to do. So once you are on this page, just go to rules, and you can see I've already created a test event. But to show you, let me go ahead and create another rule. So in this, I'm just going to say schedule. I'm going to make it fixed rate of, let's say, 1 minute. You can might as well keep it 1 day, but for this demo I'm just going to keep it as 1 minute so that it gives you a better idea of how it is working. Then what we are going to do is we are going to add a target. So in the target, I'm going to select clean S3 data, because that's the Lambda that we just deployed that goes ahead and cleans out the S3 bucket. And next thing that we are going to do is we are going to configure an input. So if you go back, revisit the code to clean the S3 buckets non-image files, you can see that code expects bucket name to be supplied in the event as bucket underscore name. So we need to go ahead and add that here. So let's just give that as constant JSON text, and we'll just call it bucket underscore name, and the value is obviously core test, and that's all we need. So once that you have configured this, you can go ahead and click on configure details. Let's just call it S3 cleanup event, and we can click on create rule, and as soon as the rule gets created, it will start trigger and like keep running every 1 minute. But before we do that, what I want to show you is the S3 part of this. So if you go to S3 and then go to core test bucket, you can see that currently it has all the image files. So let's go ahead and try to upload a text file, and let's just upload it. So when our Lambda will run due to the Cloudwatch event, this file should get deleted, right? So let's just refresh this and confirm that it is present. So let's go ahead and click on create rule, and you can see that it is marked as green, which means that the rule is active. So let's just click on it, and you can see that it triggers a Lambda function. The resource name is clean S3 data, and it takes an input called bucket name, and the value is core test that our code expects. You can also click on show metrics for rule to see what are the invocations and rest of the metrics corresponding to this particular rule. But let's go back to our S3 and try to refresh this, and hopefully in some time this text file should get deleted. And there we go, the file is already deleted, and you can go back to the metrics as well and see that the invocation must have done. So let's just select all, and let's try to refresh this one more time. And there we go. You can see that it was run on 2025 UTC one time, and it should continue to run every minute now. So if you do go ahead and upload the file one more time and upload it, and if you wait for another minute, then again it should get deleted. So let's just wait another minute for the Lambda to get triggered, and then we will see that that this file will be deleted one more time. And you can see that it got deleted again. So it would be running every minute. So if somebody uploads a file here which is not an image, then it should automatically get deleted by the Cloudwatch event. Again, like I said before, for this demo I have made it as 1 minute, but you can set it up as maybe once a week or something like that. But the important thing is you can schedule an event to run on a frequency that you define, similar to cron jobs that you define in your Linux machine. And this is completely serverless, so you don't have to worry about spinning up a Linux machine, setting up cron jobs and stuff like that. So this is all taken care by AWS system for you. So that's all for AWS Cloudwatch events. I hope you understood how we can leverage Cloudwatch event rules to create cron jobs and schedule tasks that we need to do using AWS serverless architecture, right? There's no need for any servers to be spun up to do this task. So thank you, and let me know if you have any questions.